So the tat is the parent scale. I'm going to write the name of it. Kalyan tat is one of the 10 North Indian parent scales. They're not ragas. They're like kind of like families, a scale that a whole bunch of ragas can belong to. So Kalyan tat is one of the main scales for many of the evening ragas, like Yaman, the one we've been studying. So it's equivalent to a Lydian mode with the raised fourth in Western theory. So all we have to do is sing a major scale and raise up that fourth. Sa-re-ga-ma. That's that tivra ma. Tivra, I think it means, in Hindi, I think it means intense. Tivra. Don't spell check this. Tivra ma. So, in music it means sharp. So, it's the only note that can be sharp in the North Indian theory system. There can be a lot of flat notes, and then there are microtones. But when you call something tivra, it can only be applied to ma, which is the fourth. So it's either natural or sharp. Shuddha is natural, and tivra is sharp. Ma. So sing that note and hear it in the context of the drone as that kind of like mysterious middle space there. Ga's the third, so you have a whole step up to that ma, as opposed to the normal ma. Ga ma. That's the shuddha ma. It's a natural fourth. So instead of ga ma, we're in Yaman on Kalyan tat, we're always singing ga ma. So the relationship between pa and ma is that half step, just like we have between sa and ni. So we have parallels. Sa ni pa ma sa ni. Just something to keep in mind that will help you connect the notes and hear those intervals. So when we talk about tat, we're just singing the 7 notes. We're not creating the structure that creates the raga yet. Sa re ga ma pa dha ni sa. Sa ni tha pa ma ga re sa. Da ni sa sa ni tha pa ma ga ni sa. So most of you know these sargams now, but if you're new and you haven't gotten to these, look at the just learn these. It's like solfege system. Sa re ga ma pa dha ni sa. The trickiest ones to pronounce are ta, the 6th, because it's DHA, ta. It has an aspirated consonant to it. Sani ta, ta. And in contrast, the pa is very soft. Pa, pa. It's not like an American Paul, picked a pepper of Peter's, whatever. It's a soft P. It's like a Spanish B. Ba, but it's slightly more P. So it's ba. It's like ba. P without any air. No air coming out. Pa, no. Ba, ba. It's pretty close to a Spanish B. Ba. So, as you learn the notes, work on the pronunciation because it's important. Then when Indians hear you, you won't sound like you have a totally American accent. Da pa ma ga ri sa. I like your background, Nisha. You're like out in some Irish countryside.
Thanks.
All right. So now I want to shift into the raga phrases from here. Okay? Ni re ka. Ni dha ni re So what do all these phrases have in common? We're skipping sa. So remember how I talked about sa is like the most important note? It's the mother note. Sometimes you have to get along without the mother, but you always come back to her. Especially when you're ascending. Think of the ascent in Yaman as almost always you will skip the sa. Nidega, starting from the 7th, now from the 6th. Da nidega. Now from the ma below, pa, skipping pa and sa. Ma da nidega. Ma, ma, da, ma, da, ni, ga. Nice. If I were to do it up, ni, ga. This is probably your normal female range. Da, ni, ga. Ma da ni re ga. Now reverse. Ga re ni da ma. Ga re ni da ma ga ma. Gare, nida, maga, magari. Now I'm avoiding that pa and sa phrase, so I'm creating a certain sound in the raga by avoiding the tanpura drones. This is a little difficult at first because we're constantly hearing that sa and pa in the tanpura. So it's like playing a chord and then singing all the notes that aren't in the chord, that are in a scale that fit with that chord. Just to think of it like maybe in kind of like a jazz analogy. The drone is this constant chord, and sometimes we just have to swim around it and not hit the drone notes, especially in this rock. Gare ni da ma gare ni da ni re ga. So we really get the feeling of Yaman this way. This is what I call the Yaman pentatonic lattice. skipping sa, which is the root, and pa, which is the fifth. So the notes we have left over are just 5. So we have sa and pa, we take those out. Ni, re, ga, ma, da, ni. We're starting below the tonic. Ni, re, ga, ma, da, ni, da, ma, ga, re, ni. Da, ni, re, ga, ma, da, ni, re, ga, re, ni, da, ma, ga, re, ni, da, ni. So this is a little more advanced off of what we were doing before, which was just some basic phrases, which I'll review today real quick in a minute also. But I want to bring this home, this idea, because I just created some videos of doing these pentatonic lattices on the bass. And so they can be applied to any instrument, but I really encourage you to sing them first, because once you can sing them, they're in your ear. Then getting them into the instrument is just a matter of technique. You're already hearing it. If you can hear something, you've done more than half of the work. Then the technique of getting on your instrument is just realizing it. You feel me? So, and the key doesn't matter. It can be C sharp, it can be E flat, whatever. Whatever works for you and your instrument. So, and we talked last week about listening to some of the masters singing this raga. Every person will be singing it in a different key. All that means is their sa is different. The raga is the same, even though their expression of it will be unique. The sa is fixed to what's best for that artist. So if you listen to Ravi Shankarji playing Yaman, he'll probably be in C sharp. If you listen to Nikhil Banerjee playing, it's probably be in D. If you listen to a female singer, it'll probably be in G sharp or A or maybe B flat, sometimes even G. Then male singers maybe in C, B. So it's all relative to the artist. So to be able to hear, sometimes change the tuning of the tanpura and sing these things is also really good for your ear, because you'll develop the sense of hearing the raga, not just in the key that you've been practicing it in. But then when you go and listen to others, you'll recognize the phrases, you'll recognize the feeling, the bhav, what they say, the character, the taste and the flavor of the raga. So I'll come back to that, but let's review some of the basic phrases we've been doing, and remind me who was going to sing tonight. Is there anyone here who is planning on singing tonight for the group? Armi, was it you? No. Okay. Does anyone else remember? Or maybe they're not here. Mina?
I said to type it in.
Alright, well, I'll ask you again later. We don't have to have a singer tonight. But be singing. Everyone be singing. So, John, did you want to sing tonight?
Okay.
So, let's go over these phrases, because these are the ones we'll do with the rhythms. Starting in 8, and then we'll reduce it to 7. So this is in that that document, and I will put it for new people. I'll put that link real quick in the chat so that you can access it, because I know at least probably Jesse, I don't know if you have this one. Let me do this really quick just in case there's anyone. So this link has a bunch of, this document has a bunch of links for the class and a lot of the other lessons and some new music. But the one thing that in the class PDFs, that's where you can get this document with the phrases we're singing and the sargams. Ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. So that's what we're going to go over now. Ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. Again. So you're singing with the sarangi, or you can sing with me and the sarangi, whatever, however you want to do it. Ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. Ga, ma, tha, ni, tha, pa, ma. No. Ga, ma, tha, ni, tha, pa, ma. That's it. Again. Ga, ma, tha, ni, tha, pa, ma. Ga, ma, tha, ni, tha, pa, ma. Then the first phrase up an octave. Ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. Again. Ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. Ni, tha, pa, ma, ga, re, sa. Ni, tha, pa, ma, ga, re, sa. Now, I want you to just do sum and kali, so because this is in 8 beats. Ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. Ga, ma, sorry. Ga, ma, tha, ni, tha, pa, ma. Ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. Ni, tha, pa, ma, ga, re, sa. Good. Now, we're gonna do that double speed now. Ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. Ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. Ga, ma, tha, ni, tha, pa, ma. Ga, ma, tha, ni, tha, pa, ma. Ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. Ni, tha, pa, ma, ga, re, sa. Now, the next thing you can do with this, once you have the sargams, is try with akar. So instead of the sargams, these note names, we're using akar. Akar. Same phrases without the sargams, those solfegges. Okay? Now we're gonna drop one beat and go into the 7th cycle. So let's just review that. Let me see your hands here. See your hands. So remember, the 7th cycle we start with Kali. Kali is Kali hat, open hand. Di di na di na di na di di na di na di. So the 1 in this cycle is the first open hand. Now, as I explained last time, typically in North Indian music they just do 1 clap and 3 beats, and then 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the divisions are 3, 2, 2. That's how it becomes a 7-beat cycle. In Carnatic South Indian music, they call it Mishra Chapu, and they actually do 2 open claps. And we're gonna do it that way because it's just a little easier, and it's basically the same. It's just 2 different traditions, the way they do the same thing. So 1 is 2 open claps, rest, clap, rest, or just clap, rest, rest, clap, rest. Anyway, the divisions are 3, 2, 2. So we'll do it with 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. Now no rest, see? Ga, ma, ta, ni, ta, pa, ma, ga, ma, ta, ni, ta. Ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. Ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. Ni, ta, pa, ma, ga, re. Ni, ta, pa, ma, ga, re, sa. Ni, re, ga, 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 ma, ga, re. Ga, ma, da, ni, da, pa, ma. 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 Ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. Ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. Ni, re, ga, ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. Ni, da, pa, 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 ma, ga, re, sa. Ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. So what am I doing? Single and double speed. The practice is keeping the hand in single speed while you do the double. So, and we've talked about building a rhythm. So the most important point is the first syncopation that happens. So when we're doing ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa, up to there's not really a syncopation between the notes and the clapping. Ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. There's notes that are filling in the spaces. Ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. But as far as the way the phrase is laid out, ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa, the accents are on the beats. Now when you do the repeated thing at double speed, the second repetition will be syncopated. It has to be, because it's an odd cycle. So when we build that rhythm, if we're not sure how to do it yet, just start with the first note. And this is how I do this. Ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa, ni. It's in the space. So try that. Ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa, ni, re. Then we add the re. Still in the space. Ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. Ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. Ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. Ni, re, ga, ma. Wait. Ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. Ni, re, ga, ma. That next clap is going to be on the ma. Ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. Ni, re, ga, ma. So this is what I mean about building the rhythm. Because until the neurons in your brain can connect that rhythm at the same time as you're doing the double speed ton, or the phrase, then it'll be very difficult to maintain the rhythm and the melody at the same time, because we're doing two different speeds simultaneously. Ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. Ni, re, ga, ma. So instead of trying to get to the very end of the rhythm, I just build it bit by bit. And I found this approach very helpful when I'm learning new rhythms, because if you have a consistent tempo or a consistent rhythm that you're doing, and then you're trying to keep something on top of that, sometimes completing the whole cycle, say it's like a 12/8 rhythm, can be frustrating to get to the whole thing. So sometimes it's more efficient to just get as far as you can and then repeat it and then start extending it and building it outward. So that's the strategy that I take, called building your rhythm. Ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. Ni, re, ga, ma. So now we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. Ni, re, ga, ma. That's beat 6 in the slow cycle. Ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. Ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa. Then you're almost there. All you have to do is add ga, re, sa in the rest of the space. So if you can get that syncopated, ni, re, ga, ma, ni, re, ga, ma. Ni, re, ga is all happening in the space, and then ma is on that beat 6, and then beat 7, ga, re. Ma, ga, re. Then ma ga re ni. Then you're back at the beginning. So let me try to demonstrate as if I'm figuring out this rhythm on my own and I'm going through these steps. Ni re ga ma ga re sa. Ni re ga ma ga re sa. Ni re ga. Ni re ga ma ga re sa. Ni re ga ma. Ni re ga ma ga re sa. Ni re ga ma ga re sa ni. Now I'm back to the beginning. Does that make sense?
I want to hear someone try it.
Does anyone want to try that? Mike, you want to try it? I'm trying to unmute you.
Maybe next.
Oh, maybe what? Say it again.
Maybe next week.
Okay, all right, cool. All right, who else wants to try this next week? I know Nancy can do this. Nancy, you want to try it? Or next week?
I can try it. I'm practicing my drum at the same time, so.
Yeah, I know you're a drummer, so this is probably easy.
I don't know. I think I'm screwing it up, but.
Let me hear.
Okay. It's okay. Just to clarify, it's.
Oops, hold on a second. I'm trying to get you on the screen here. Where are you?
I just want to make sure I have the beat right, because I think I might have screwed it
Show
up.
me. Show me. I can't hear you for some reason.
Really? Can you hear me talk?
I can hear you talk, but not clapping. But
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Yes, but the 1 is in the wrong place.
The what?
The 1, 2 is the 1. So you just have the right amount of beats, but the rhythm flipped. So start with the 3. It's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. So the point at which you're doing the 2 claps, Nancy, that is the 1.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So that's Rupak and Mishra Chapu in South India. And I don't know if in Tivra Tala, Tivra is for Drupad, right? For Prakawaj? So that's the very old version of Rupak, probably. I think the divisions are the same there too, but I don't
I don't know enough to know the subtle differences yet.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But that's cool. Do you want to try with the singing?
Sure. I'll be the first one to screw it up.
That's good. You know, mistakes are the road to mastery.
Well, I'm practicing anyway, so.
Yeah, good.
Hey, did I?
Wait, make sure you're starting on the 2 clap.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So that's the single speed. Mi, re, ga. Try it a little slower so that when you go to the double speed, it won't be too fast. Mi, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa, ni, re, ga, ma, ga, re. Mi, re, ga, ma, ga, re, sa, ni. Yeah. Now double speed.
Okay.
And keep the hand in single speed.
Okay. Hold on.
That was good. It got a little wonky at the very end, but that was good. Yeah, so it's just then what you want to do is keep that accent on ni while you're in those spaces. Ni de gamma ga de sa, ni de gamma ga de sa, ni de gamma ga de. And you want to be able to feel that rhythmic tension and kind of ride it, you know?
Okay, I'll try one more time. And then there was something where you said you have to double up, or you have to syncopate. Where was that?
Well, the syncopation comes when you start the second repetition in the double speed. You're syncopating against your hand.
Right.
Ni de gamma ga de sa, ni de gamma. That ni is accented in the
Right.
space.
Okay, let me see if I can do that.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna start single speed and then go double speed with
Yeah,
my.
do it twice, single, and then 4 times double.
Okay, let me see if I get the count right.
You're good, girl.
Wait, started on the one. Ni me ga da ga de sa, 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 ni me ga da ga de sa.
Okay, I'm not sure if you're aware, but you were on, and then it floated off.
Okay.
So remember, every other time it should come back to the 1. So that's what you should pay attention to. See, ni de gamma ga de sa, ni de gamma ga de sa, ni. We're already back to the 1.
Got it.
So if it's not coming back to the 1 every other time, you know you're off.
And I missed
Ni
something.
de gamma ga de sa, ni de gamma ga de sa, ni de gamma ga de sa, ni de gamma. Now next one. Gamma da ni da ba ma, gamma da ni da ba. Gamma da ni da ba ma, gamma da ni da ba. See, the second and the fourth ones will always be off, or however many times you do it, the second one will always be syncopated, according to the clap.
I'm going here. That might be too. Because I'm metronoming for practice, so this might.
Good.
Hold on. Let me turn this off because I suddenly realized that I'm hearing that too. So
Oh, that's not good unless you're really using it.
I don't think.
So then the last phrase coming down, ni da ba ma ga re sa, ni da ba re sa, ni da ba ma ga re sa, ni da ba ma ga re sa. So let's just for everyone's sake, let's do a little build on this phrase now, so we can analyze where the syncopation comes on the ni da ba ma ga re sa. So this is the descending phrase. Ni da ba ma ga re sa, ni da ba ma ga re, ni da ba ma ga re sa, ni. So that second ni is right after the clap. Look, ni da ba ma ga re sa, ni, sa ni. So we're going up a whole seventh from sa ni, ni de ga ma ba ma, ni da ba ma ga re sa, ni. So there I'm building it from sa ni. Ni da ba ma ga re sa, ni da ba ma. That next clap is coming on ma. So what I'm doing is as I'm building this, I'm telling my brain which notes land on which beats. So I'm laying like a map of this rhythm with the melody in my head that way. You feel me? Does that make sense? Does it make sensibles? Let's try it again. Ni da ba ma ga re sa, ni. Now, next note. Ni da ba ma ga re sa, ni da ba ma. So the next clap will be ni da ba ma. Ni da ba ma ga re sa, ni da ba ma ga re sa. Ni da ba ma ga re sa, ni da ba ma ga re sa, ni. Now we're back at the beginning. So just like before, the first ni at the top will be on the beat. The second ni will be syncopated in between the beats. Then the next one should be back on the beat. If it's not, you're having an issue. You feel me? Does that make sense? Ni da ba ma ga re sa, 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 ni de ga ma ga re sa, ni de ga ma ga re, ga ma da ni da ba ma, ga ma da ni da ba ma, ni de ga ma ga re, ni de ga ma ga re sa, ni da ba ma ga re sa, ni da ba ma ga re sa. So All of these are on here, see? And then we're just adding the high octave version of the first phrase. So, who has a question about that? I know when I go and I do them all in series, it may be difficult to do all those. But guarantee if you practice it, you'll get that shit together. Who said something?
Karen, hello.
I'm sorry, who's that?
Karen
Nick.
with Nick.
Karen
Oh,
with
cool.
Nick.
Oh, hey.
Hello.
Yeah, how you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. Tell me.
I have a question on the counting.
Yeah.
Because I'm more trained in Western. So when you're doing the 7 count and you come back around, so you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do you start the next 1, 2 on the second count as you're coming back around, or do you repeat back on the 1 count?
Let me see if I understand your question. Every time the cycle goes around, you have to be, your hand has to reflect the 1, 2.
Yeah.
So it's a 7-beat cycle. So if you think of a 7-hour clock with the 1 at the top, you should never have any discrepancy in that, right? So 1, 2, just because. So and then you have marked beats and you have unmarked beats.
Yeah.
So 1, 2 is always with an open hand, the way we're doing it. Then 3 has nothing, 4 is a clap, 5 has nothing, 6 is a clap, and 7 has nothing. So, did I answer your question? I wasn't.
I'm more confused on the double speed. So like, how do you know to keep, like, when to clap when you're going?
The clapping does not change.
Yeah.
So the tricky thing is because we're in an odd cycle. When we sing double speed, there has to be syncopation. Like listen. Oh, you guys aren't on screen, right?
No.
So when we go to double, say we're in 8 beats, it's not really going to be syncopated because it's just the nature of having it in even beats. So like when we did it with the space, mi re ga ma ga re sa rest, mi re ga ma ga re sa rest. Just adding that rest makes it an 8-beat cycle, right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, good. So when I do it double speed, ni re ga ma ga re sa, ni re ga ma ga re sa, it's not syncopated. It's just double.
Yeah.
But because of the nature of these odd cycles, when we do the odd cycle double, it has to be syncopated because it's coming at a place where there's not a clap the second time. Because if you think when we're doubling 7, we have 14, right? So we're fitting 14 in the space of 7. So we're still doing 7 here, but with the notes, we're doing 14. So that second set of 7 in the 14 is gonna come on a syncopated space that is not reflected in our hands. That's what that's the thing about it. So
So Paul, it would
know
the
how to
second
explain
time
more
through, it would come down on the re, right? The first.
which phrase are you talking about? The first one? Ni re ga ma ga re. What?
Correct. Yes, that one.
Ni re ga ma ga re sa?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. See, the thing I want to empower you guys with is the capacity to figure it out for yourselves. So once you know the way to do it, you can basically answer your own questions. So look, what I do is like I was talking about earlier is I build the rhythm so I can see exactly where each note lands. Ni re ga ma ga re sa, ni re ga ma. So how do you find it landing on the re? Nick?
I'm not sure. It's
You landed on the ma.
yeah.
Ma.
Yeah.
She's right. Ni re ga ma ga re sa, ni re ga ma. Hear that? Ni re ga ma ga re sa, ni re ga ma ga re sa, ni re ga ma ga re sa. That lands on the sa, but that's the end of the first phrase. So then ni re ga ma. No, ni re ga ma ga re sa ni re ga ma. Sorry, that's a close clap. Ma. Because we're in one cycle. Ni re ga ma ga re sa ni re ga ma ga re sa. We're still as far as our hand is concerned, we're still going 1, 2, 3, 4. Another way you can think about it is this. Do it with the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 4 is landing there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So when you figure out where the notes land on what beats, then you're basically mapping out the territory so that you're not going to screw it up. You're in control. You're driving the car. You have both hands on the wheel.
Wow.
You feel me? Now, once you get this, we did this last week. I just want to touch on it because it's cool. Try singing the melody in half speed. So, ni re ga ma ga re sa ni re ga ma ga re sa ni re ga ma ga re sa. Now what's happening now mathematically? Who knows? Nisha? What's happening now mathematically?
Mathematically, the beat is doubling in relation to the melody.
Yes. So, how many cycles of beat do we have with the melody?
2.
Yes. So 2 cycles of the beat have to go by to sing the melody once now. Ni re ga ma ga re sa ni re ga ma ga re sa. Now ni re ga ma ga re sa 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 ni re. Just kidding. So I was doing 3 speeds now of the melody with 1 constant speed of tala. So when we, like Nisha said, when we make the melody half speed, it won't finish for 2 cycles. The melody will take 2 cycles to complete. When we do it regular speed, it's 1 to 1. When we do it double speed, it's 2 to 1. You have to sing it twice to go through 1 cycle. Make sense? And then do it with the next melody. Gama da ni da ba ma, then do ni da gama ga re sa ni da ba ma ga re sa. And try to do the half speed too. And notice where the beats land with the half speed are going to be totally different. So you can build that too, step by step. Ni re ga ma. The cool thing about the half speed is right after you do the ni, all the rest of the notes are already syncopated. Ni re ga ma. See that? Ni re ga ma ga re sa. And then on the second half, they actually get back on the beat. So that's an interesting phenomena for the half speed. It starts off and immediately syncopates, and then on the repetition they get back on the beat and resolve. Ni re ga ma ga re sa. See, re sa are back on the beat, and then ni again. So I really have been studying a lot about mental strategies for learning with music, and what neuroscience is telling us about learning. And number one, you have to repeat things a lot to really learn them well. And number two, you have to break them up into little chunks, little bite-sized chunks. And then you string those chunks together to make bigger chunks. And then you string those together. It's like language. You learn words, you create sentences, you have paragraphs, you tell stories. It's the exact same with music. When you memorizing a piece of music, the most efficient way to do it is to break it up into little chunks. That's why I like building these rhythms. Not even doing the whole thing, just do what you can and then stretch it and then get it further. So you're building this, you're training your brain, you're laying new neural connections so that you can manage these seemingly disparate elements and synchronizing them into one activity. Like riding a bike, you know? You have to have your balance, you have to have forward momentum, you have to do all these things. But it's one activity. You feel me? Does that make sense? Okay, cool. Let's take a couple questions, and then we'll just finish with some standing rhythms. But I want to thank Alma for being here and playing sarangi. It's always a pleasure to have that sound. And it works so well with the voice, so I'm really happy that she's made a commitment to be here for this class and share with you guys. So, does anyone have any questions, or else we'll just move to the the final rhythm walk? What's up, John? You got anything, John Doyle, going on? I'm trying to unmute you. Where are you at, John?
Glendale. In Glendale.
All right.
I went to your concert like 20 years ago.
Oh, far out.
I'm glad I found you again.
Cool, man. I'm glad you found us back again too. Mina, you're not drinking whiskey, are you, in class?
No, I'm drinking
5 more minutes and you can get really plastered, girl. Come on. I saw that. Thanks for coming back, John.
vodka.
It's what? Oh, you froze. Hey, Nelson, how you doing, man?
Yeah, good.
Cool. Any questions? You or Jess or anyone?
No, I'm good. It's good.
Cool. Is Jesse still here? He might have to pop out.
I think it's finally making more sense to me. I'm actually, I have one question. Might as well try to clarify. So it's me for the double speed one. It's mi re gamma ga re, and then here it's sa ni re. Ga.
Wait. Do that again.
I'm doing this.
Make sure you're doing the double clap. Mi re gamma.
I'm doing it super slow, but I'm trying to do it. So it would be like mi re gamma, right? That's the first.
Ni. No, you need ni re. So that remember at the beginning there's always 2 claps, and then it's space. Ni re gamma. Try that.
Is that the double speed or is that the single speed?
No, this is single speed.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That one's not that bad. I think I kind of got that one. I was asking about the double one. The double one was always the crazy one for me.
Okay, but do the single and then the double because that context is important.
Ni re gamma ga re sa ni re gamma ni re gamma ga re sa. Is that right?
Ni re gamma. That ma's on the clap.
Ni re gamma ga re sa ni re gamma ga re sa ni re gamma.
Not double?
Ga re sa ni re ga.
Oh, wait, we got 2 people going. Who's doing that?
That's John right there.
Oh, sorry.
That sounds pretty good. No, that sounds good. I think you got it too.
Oh, that's cool. All right, let me hear you, Jess.
The same thing, the single or?
Yeah, just do the single once and then try to go to the double.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have the double. That's what I was asking about. But so I'll do the single. Ni re ga ma ga re sa ni re ga ma ga re sa. That's the single, right?
Yep.
Okay. So
Then,
my question.
re ga ma ga re sa. So if you're gonna build it, just try to get it to sa. Ni re ga ma ga re sa.
Ni re ga ma ga re sa.
Good.
Ni re ga ma ga re sa. So that is sa ni re ga. All after that clap, that's my question. Are there
Ga
4?
ma ga re sa ni. Then you're gonna start the phrase again in the syncopated section of that rhythm. So then we're on the offbeats. Ni re ga ma ga re sa. Ni re ga ma. Ni re
Okay.
ga ma.
Okay.
Because
I
it
think
goes,
that was
yes, sa ni re ga ma.
Okay.
That's the trick. This is the hardest part of it because moving through the syncopation is where you'll either get it or you'll break down. So going up to that point is what I'm talking about, building your rhythm.
Yeah.
Ni re ga ma ga re sa ni re ga ma. So getting to that ma.
Ni re ga ma. Ni re ga ma ga re sa. Ni re ga ma ga re sa.
That's right.
Yeah.
You didn't do the final one. Ni re ga ma ga re sa ni re ga ma ga re sa ni. You always want to come to the one.
I see.
Try
It's
again.
making way more sense though. I just want to let you know it finally kind of clicked today.
All right. Yay. Cool. Cool, man. Keep practicing. All right. Let's just stand up and do a couple of our rhythm scales, and we're done for tonight. So I'm just warming up 4, 3, 2, 1. Make sure you're marching and really embodying this right and left. Thank you. Takita, 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 taka, 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 ta. 2, 3, 4. Taka dimmy, taka dimmy, taka dimmy, taka dimmy, takita, 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 taka, 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 ta. Now we go to the 5s. Taka, takita, taka, takita, taka, takita, taka, takita. Now I'm doing a little improv on the jati, but you could just, even as I'm doing that, you can stick to your and the other improv will just fit over it, so you can just keep that mantra and eventually we'll learn to double it and also reduce it to its 2, 3 basic, like ta ta ka din ta ka din ta ka din ta ka ta ka ta ki ta ta ka ta ki ta din ta ka din, and then the doubling you just go ta ka ta ki ta ka ta ka ta ki ta ka ta ki ta ki ta ta ki ta ka ta ki ta 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 ki ta ta ki ta ka ta ki ta ta ki ta ka ta ka ta ki ta ta ka ta ki ta di ta ka din ta ka to ta ka ta ki ta din ta ka to. So all of this is just elaboration on the 5 jati theme. So if you keep the basic subdivisions and practice that, then you're creating the foundation for other things you can do with this jati, within this subdivision. This value of 5 within 1. Now let's go back to 4. Do this with the metronome so that you're really honest about whether you're fitting even values in this one beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then switching back and forth. You know, since I started this class, which was like 2.5 months ago, every single morning I've been waking up and doing this. And I feel great. You're getting oxygen, you're moving your body, you're stimulating your brain, you're working with the rhythms, and you're becoming a better musician. So do it with me! Now 6 is dinakatakita, right? Dinakatakita, 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 takatakita, dinakatakita, takatakita, takatakita, dinakatakita, takatakita, dinakatakita, takatakita, dinakatakita, dinakatakita, takatakita, dinakatakita, takatakita, dinakatakita, takatakita, takatakita, takatakita. Now let's go 6, 5, 4, 3. Dinakatakita, dinakatakita, takatakita, takatakita, takadimi, takadimi, takita, takita, taka, taka, ta. Oh, I added 2s and 1s. Now 7s. Takita, takadimi, takita, takadimi, takita, takadimi, takita, takadimi, takita, takadimi. 3 and 4 in one beat. Takita, takadimi, takita, takadimi, takita, takadimi, takita, takadimi. Takita, takadimi, takita, takadimi, takita, takadimi, takita, 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 so as you add value to the jatis, increasing the number of the subdivisions, the feeling of the rhythm feels faster, right? Feels faster, but the tempo is the same. So that's what you need to understand. Within the same tempo, you can have faster rhythms, denser rhythms. The tempo is not faster, but the feeling is more exciting because it's denser. There's more shit happening in the same small space, right? 8s. This comes from tabla. And Super 101 basic T high. Right? 3 times. So this has a phrase of 8. But the South Indian phrases are a little easier to say, like takadimi takajina, takadimi takajina, takadimi takajina. And these are on those docs too, so for anyone new people doesn't have it. Takadimi takajina, takadimi takajina, takadimi takajina, takadimi takajina. So the practice of rhythm scales is like going from 1 to 8. Ta, taka, takita, takadimi, takatakita, takatakita, dinakatakita, takadimi, takajina, takadimi, takajina, takadimi, takajina, and then back. Takadimi, takajina, takadimi, takita, takadimi, takita, takadimi, dinakatakita, dinakatakita, takatakita, takatakita, takadimi, takadimi, takita, kita, taka, taka, ta, ta, ta. All right, y'all. If anybody wants to do a lesson sometime, I'm happy to schedule that. And if you haven't seen the YouTube videos, please share those and watch them, because there's a lot of information in those that could be helpful too. And yeah, check in with the Raga Jazz page if you're on Facebook, the group page. All right, y'all. I hope to see you next week. Spread the word. Keep it glanging. Stay musicological, courageous, and glanged out. We need all the love the world can take right now. Be blessed. Bye.